be right next to me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, you can just talk. Sit next to Cindy Iris. Actually, sit back. It was hilarious. Sit next to Valerie.
One more class, right?
Yes. You just don't know it.
You guys excited? Yeah. Oh, wait till you see what I have.
They're so excited. Okay, we have to sit down there so we don't scare the animals, Jack. I think we're about to start.
Do we have everyone?
Yeah.
Well, good morning. Oh, let's try that again. Everyone say good morning. Good morning. And happy Earth Day. I'm Mr. Wilson. I'm going to help you guys learn about the ocean. Do you like the ocean? Yeah. I love the ocean. I was born right by the beach, and as I grew up, I learned a lot about what lives down below the ocean waves. So today, I've been invited here to show you all sorts of things. I brought them in my mobile aquariums. But first we need to talk about our planet. What planet do we live on? We live on Earth. Let's take a look at a drawing of planet Earth. If you look at Earth, it looks like a big blue marble. There's land and there's water. Which one is there more of? Is there more land or is there more water? More water. In fact, if you took all the land and squished it to one side, only 3 out of 10 parts would be land. Those other parts would be water. Everyone show me 10 fingers. Then take away 1, 2, 3, 7 out of 10 parts of our planet are ocean. And there's a lot of things that live in the ocean. Some of them are very big. The biggest one is as long as this room. It's called the blue whale. Everyone say blue whale. I could never bring a blue whale here, but I did bring a model of a whale. Here's a model of a humpback whale. Everyone say humpback whale. Humpback whales and blue whales have big tails, and to swim, they move them up and down. Can you move your hands? Up and down like a whale's tail. That's how they swim through the ocean. And of course, whales have a mouth. Everyone open up your mouth. You have teeth and a tongue. The big whales, they don't have any teeth. And instead of teeth, they actually have hair inside their mouth. Very strange. Take a look at this drawing of a whale. The big whales have special hair hanging down where our teeth are. That hair has a special name. It's called baleen. Everyone say baleen. This is a picture of a whale with a baleen in his mouth. Here's another picture so you can see what it looks like. But I brought some real baleen right here. And I need a helper to tell us what it feels like. Do you want to help me out? Come on up here. Come right here with me. I want you to reach out and feel the baleen. Is it rough or smooth? It's smooth. Would you like to hold it and find out how heavy it is? Not very heavy. Boys and girls, if you want to discover how this feels, all you have to do is touch one of your fingernails. Everyone touch a fingernail. Your fingernails feel just like this special hair because your fingernails are the same stuff, same material. It's called keratin. Everyone say keratin. That's what our hair is made of. That's what this special hair is made of. Very neat. Everyone clap for him. I want to tell you how this works, though. When the whale is hungry, he swims over and he finds a school of little shrimp called krill. Everyone say krill. He bites them. He gets a mouthful of water and food. But he doesn't want the water, so he spits it through that special hair. The water goes between, but not the little krill. They get stuck in his mouth and he licks them off and swallows them up. Can you pretend to lick the top of your mouth? Swallow it up. Yum. That's how the big whales eat the tiny food. But whales have to breathe. To breathe, they breathe out first. It sounds like this. And then in. Can you pretend to breathe like a whale? Oh, but I forgot to tell you something. They don't use their mouth to breathe. Whales only breathe by using their nose. Everyone touch your nose. Our nose is in front of our face, but a whale's nose is on top. It's way up here and has a special name. It's called their blowholes. Everyone say blowholes. Show me the number 2 and put that on top of your head. The big whales with hair in their mouth have 2 blowholes, and they breathe in and out of those. But boys and girls, there are some types of whales that do have teeth in their mouth. Take a look at this whale tooth. It's a big, big tooth. Looks like a banana, doesn't it? But I need another helper. Hold on. If you want to be a helper, you need to be on your bottom, crisscross applesauce, and have your hand up quietly. I choose children that are waiting patiently, and this young lady right here is waiting very patiently. Do you want to come up? Come on up here with me. Come on over here. You want to hold and touch the tooth? It's a real whale tooth from a sperm whale. Everyone say sperm whale. Sperm whales use those teeth to grab hold of their favorite food, big squid. He would grab the squid and he would slurp it down like a big spaghetti noodle. Can you all pretend to slurp up a spaghetti noodle? Yum. Everyone clap for her. Thanks for coming up. Now there are lots of different types of whales, but I could never bring a real whale. They're so large. But I did bring live animals. The first one I want to show you is a sea creature that has two hard shells. Shells just like these, called a clam. Very hard shells for protection. Everyone say clam. Now clams, when they're scared, they look like that. When they're not scared, they open up a tiny bit. Can you pretend that your two hands are a clam? Put your hands together, open them a tiny bit, and then dig your clam down into the sand. That's where they like to hide, but sometimes they get scared. When a clam gets scared, he clams up. Make your clam up. When he does that, water comes out of his mouth. So let's see a living clam that I placed in this aquarium a few minutes ago, right there. And we're going to zoom in on him because I think he's actually open right now, eating his breakfast. Oh, there we go. Do you see right here? You'll see two openings. Oh, right. Let's try that again. Maybe not. There we go, right there. Two little tiny openings. That's his mouth. He sucks water in through one and out through the other. But if he gets scared, what's he going to do? He's going to close up quickly. So I need another helper. Who's got their hand up quietly? He does. Do you want to come up? Come on up here. Can you stand right here with me? And what I want you to do is hold your hands like this. Let's face our audience. There we go. Hold your hands like that. I'm going to put the clam right here. Sometimes the clam will spit for us when we do this. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch the clam as I come over. Sometimes he'll spit on the way over there. Oh, he spit a little bit. That's it. He's all done spitting water out. But you're holding a live animal, aren't you? Is it heavy or light? It's a little light, yep. It's not too heavy, but I think you and I can agree it feels like a rock, doesn't it? A wet rock. Inside those shells, though, are his mouth, his heart, his stomach, and of course, he has muscles inside. Everyone show me your arm muscles. We have lots of muscles that help our body move. This animal has muscles that keep the shells tightly closed or open a tiny bit. Everyone clap for him. Good job. So clams are interesting animals, and I said they like to be buried in the sand. They hide in the sand. But when a clam is down there, sometimes another animal will dig and try to find it. This is the shell of a sea creature that eats clams. That's the shell of a big sea snail. And when he's hungry, he walks on the sand, then he digs down into the sand. If he finds a clam, he holds it with his one slippery, slimy foot. How many feet do you have? 2. Snails only have one. He holds the shell and he hits it. He tries to break it. If he breaks it open, he's able to lick the meat out of there with his tongue. Everyone show me your tongue. If you were a sea snail, you would have special teeth on your tongue. So let's see a live sea snail. Let's see one called a horse conch. Everyone say horse conch. Oh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? That's a live snail, a Florida horse conch. But I need another helper. Ooh, who's holding the hammer quietly? Here in the green, do you want to come up this time? Come on over here, buddy. And here's what I want you to do. Touch a shell first and tell me how that feels. Is that rough or smooth? It's rough. And tap on it. Is it strong? Very hard, very strong shell. But I'd like you to touch his skin also. Do you want to touch that orange skin? Ooh, slimy, isn't it? Super slimy. Everyone clap for him. Thanks for coming up. This big snail crawls around and he does eat clams. Let's place him in the aquarium and take a look at him up there on the movie screen. Oh, look at that. And as we look at him, we notice his one slippery, slimy foot. It's curled up here. If he does come out, though, we'll see his face. His face looks like a letter B. Can you make the letter B with your 2 fingers? Take your other hand and curl it like a snail shell. Put it on top of your snail head. Snails walk around like that, but if they get scared, they hide in their shell. When he's not scared, he comes back out. One thing snails never do, they never jump out and leave their shell. They're attached, they like to be in that shell all the time. But, some types of snails are small. So I want to show you a small kind of snail. You ready? It's called a mud snail. Everyone say mud snail. Mud snails are so small, we can have some fun with them. We can have a mud snail race. And when I go and watch a race, I like to guess who's going to win the race. So today, you need to guess who's going to win the race. Will it be the first snail? We'll nickname him Gary. Will it be the second snail? We'll call that one Turbo. Or maybe the third snail, we'll call that one Bob. Who's going to win the race? Will it be Gary, Turbo, or Bob? To turn their shell over, these snails have to bring their foot out and twist it against the sand. Oh, Bob's coming out first. Bob's trying to turn over. Who's going to win? Bob won the race. He turned over very, very quickly. But let's zoom in on these other 2 because they're still going to try. Oh, there goes Gary. Gary's trying to turn over. And so is Turbo. Oh, there goes Gary. Gary's on his one slippery, slimy foot now. Now it's Turbo's turn. Come on, Turbo, you can turn over. Almost. He's going to keep on trying. He's very persistent. Oh, push the other way. Push the other way, snail. There he goes. Can you all clap for him? Those little snails never get any larger. They're a small kind of snail. But as we saw, there are some big snails in the ocean too, like this horse conch. For me, my interest in the ocean began with snails. When I was your age, I was living in Key West, Florida, and one day my brother gave me a snail shell. In fact, I brought it here today. He gave me this big shell. Before he did, though, he took a hammer and he broke the end off. He chopped off that pointy end. I was confused until he told me why. It's so I can blow into it like a trumpet. Do you want to hear the sound it makes? Here we go. Was that cool? Thank you. So when my brother gave that to me, it made me curious about the ocean. I was always asking questions. At first, I wanted to know where the shell came from and why it was empty. Then I wanted to know what could live inside once it was empty. And that led to so many other questions. So today, I'm going to show you one more snail shell. A snail that used to be on a snail, but now there's another animal living in it. It's this little shell right here. Let's put it in front of the camera and find out who is inside of this shell.
Which is a sea turtle?
Oh, do you see him? Here he comes. It's a hermit crab. Everyone say, hermit crab. Hermit crabs live in snail shells. It gives them protection. It keeps them safe. Oh, here he comes walking around. Can you pretend that you have hermit crab antenna? Put your arms up and wave them around. Those help you feel the ocean. Pretend that you have hermit crab eyes. Make some fists. Hold those up. Those hermit crab eyes can see all around at the same time. Pretend that you have claws like a hermit crab. Yeah. So sometimes a fish. Oh, hold on. Sometimes a fish comes over and bites the hermit crab. He might lose a claw, but don't worry. Hermit crabs and their cousins, the crabs and shrimp and lobsters, if they lose a claw, they can grow a new one. They can make a new claw. And if he loses one of his antenna, he can grow back his antenna. But my favorite fact is if a hermit crab, shrimp, or lobster loses an eye, he can make a new eye. He really can. Oh, did he walk way over here? There he is. So hermit crabs are very neat, but we should talk about other crabs. Take a look up here on the table. I have a model of a blue crab. Everyone say blue crab. Blue crabs are not just blue, they're also green on their back and white on their belly. They're very colorful. But how many parts do they have? Can you count the parts with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, let's count in Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Muy bien. Now check this out. We have 5 fingers that are like the legs, and 5 other fingers. If you put your hands together and point them down, you have yourself a crab. Make your crab run sideways. Crabs love to scurry sideways, and so we're going to see a live crab next. And the one I want to show you, it's a little bit different. It looks like a spider. Everyone say, spider crab. Spider crabs look like very big spiders. But if we look at this spider crab, we'll notice something wrong. He has been in trouble. He got attacked and lost a claw and 2 legs. But don't worry, he will grow them back. He will. Let's take a look at him in the water here. Whoa, look at that. Isn't he interesting? He's walking away. He's walking and girls, spider crabs don't like anyone to see them in the ocean, and so they like to hide. To do that, they pick things up and stick it on their body. Can you pretend to be a spider crab? Take your claws, pick up some green seaweed, hook it into your claw. Pick up some brown seaweed for your legs, even some red seaweed can cling to your back. It all sticks to you because if you're one of these crabs, your body is covered in fuzzy hooks. Everyone take your fingers and make little tiny fuzzy hooks for your body. You can carry things that way. And I said that he might use green, brown, or red seaweed. Look at the red seaweed I brought here today. And so I need another helper. I need someone wearing the color red. Who's wearing red? You're wearing red? Do you want to come up this way? Come on over this way. Would you like to reach out and feel that seaweed? Oh, it's so interesting. Would you like to hold it too? You can hold the seaweed. Some people like to eat seaweed. Do you guys like to eat seaweed? I do. Everyone clap for her. Here we go. So seaweed grows in the ocean. It's kind of like a plant. It needs light to grow. And sometimes spider crabs put it on their body to hide. Do we have someone that would like to touch the spider crab? You're on your bottom quietly. Do you want to come up this time? Come on over here. And I'll bring the spider crab out to you. And to make sure the spider crab does not bother you, I'm going to hold his claw down. Let's turn towards everyone so you can see your pretty face. Reach out and touch his legs and his back. You feel how hard those legs are? How bumpy his back is? Did you feel the fuzzy part on his legs? Feel right there. Very fuzzy. Those are the little tiny hooks. Yeah. Awesome. Everyone clap for him. Boys and girls, we just learned that crabs have 10 parts. But now I want to tell you about a sea creature that usually has 5 parts. Everyone show me 5 fingers. This animal over here usually has 5 parts. What is that? A starfish. Everyone say starfish. But it's not really a fish. It has another name. Everyone say sea star. Sea star. I like to call it a sea star, but they're very strange, and so I need a helper. Oh, I need someone tall this time, and she might be perfect. Rio. Okay, Rio, come on up here, buddy. Come on over here. Can you stand right here? I actually want you up here to put a costume on. Is that okay, Rio? Okay, stand right here. Let's face our audience, and let me get the costume for you. We're going to turn you into a big sea star. Whoa, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's arms in here? Oh, look at our sea star. Now, sea stars have these little noodles on their body. Those noodles help them suck on to things, like clams. You might hug a clam and open it up. Sea stars have eyes. The eyes are on the end of each arm, and they do have a strange way to eat. When they're hungry, they suck onto a clam, they pull it open, and then Rio, you do something very strange. There's your mouth. You open up your mouth and you take out this bag. Oh, sit down, Colin. That bag is really your tummy. It's your stomach. You put that inside the clam, and you turn the clam meat into clam chowder, into soup. Everyone clap for Rio. Very neat. But you probably want to see a real sea star, don't you? Yeah. The live one that I brought, it's called a chocolate chip sea star. Yeah. me see if I can get our chocolate chip sea star out of here. Oh, look at that. So I do want to invite someone else up here. Who's on their bottom properly? This young lady. Do you want to come up? Come on up here. Come on over. Alright, come on over here. And I want you to hold your hand out flat. We're going to let that sea star sit on your hand. Isn't it beautiful? Sea stars are very, very neat. And with our camera, we'll be able to see his little tiny feet. You ready? Let's go put them back in the water.
It is real.
There we go. Everyone clap for her. We'll put this one in the water. We'll zoom in on it a little bit. And then, let's see if we can turn him over and find his little tube feet. If you look carefully, you'll see some of them coming out over here. But we're going to put them up by the glass so you can see them even better. Look right here. Look at that. His mouth is right in the center, and all these little tiny suction cups will come out as he walks along. Look at those. Isn't that amazing? But he's not really a fish, and that's why you hear him called a sea star. Would you like to see a real fish? Okay. The real fish that I brought here today, it's a fish called a toadfish. Everyone say toadfish. He looks a little bit like a frog or a toad. The toadfish, though, doesn't like anyone to see him, and so he pretends to be a rock. He sits in one place all day and all night, waiting until someone comes close to his mouth, then he jumps out and swallows them very, very quickly. Take a look at this beautiful toadfish. As he sits there, you're going to see his mouth moving a little bit. He'll breathe water into his mouth, and then the water goes out the side of his face, out through his gills. Can you pretend that you have fish gills? Put your hands up on your cheeks and breathe like a fish. Water comes in, then it goes out the side of your face through your one pair of gills. But it's moving a little bit. But boys and girls, I wanted to tell you about a fish that has 5 pairs of gills. Put all of your fingers up and wiggle them some. The fish with 5 pairs of gills is the shark. Yeah, sharks live in the ocean, right? But are sharks, are they good or bad? No, they're good. We actually need sharks. They're very important. Sharks actually help our ocean stay healthy by eating